Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Chris. Thanks for
Morning.
coming in today. So what can I do for you folks?
Well, we're looking at buying a new house.
We're interested in what the next step would be.
Okay. When you're looking to buy a home, there are a couple of important things that we want to do first and foremost. Do you need to sell the house that you're currently living in? The second thing we should do is we should take a look and make sure that the house you want to buy is structurally sound, so we should have an inspection. If in fact the home is okay, what we could do is we could write an offer to purchase that property for you. We could put down certain terms and conditions that we might need. One, that you have to sell your existing home. Two, that you qualify for a loan. If you have to finance your new purchase, well, make sure you have to get your financing taken care of. But if we can get those three things taken care of, then I could write up an offer to purchase the property for you. And that's a contract between us, or you and the home seller. You're going to promise to buy the house, assuming it passes inspection and you can sell your own house. We'll have to put down a small deposit called earnest money. And that if in fact you're able to sell your house in a timely manner, get your financing taken care of, and then we can set what's called a closing date down the road. And that's when you actually get to buy the house. You'll have to provide the money to the purchaser at that time. We will also do what's called the title work to make sure that there's no problems with the real estate, there are no liens on the property or debts associated with it we don't know about. And we can do the closing right here. My office will take care of that. We do all the paperwork, and at the end of closing, that house is going to be yours.
And what if there's a problem with the house?
I'm glad you asked. It would depend on what the problem is. And that's why the home inspection is critically important, because if there's a problem with the house and the owner hasn't disclosed that problem to us, they've essentially broken our agreement. Okay? And that doesn't commit you to buying that property. Sometimes people will disagree over that earnest money that we talked about, that deposit. But if there's been a fundamental breach or break of their promise, they tell you that the basement doesn't leak and we find out that it's been leaking for 10 years now, typically we get you out of that without any problems. Sometimes there might be a telephone call to the seller or a letter, but normally under circumstances like that, we can get you out of that. Other problems sometimes show up later when I talked about the title work, where the seller doesn't tell you there's a lien on the property, they failed to pay their debts, maybe some contractors did some work there and haven't been paid yet. That's part of the closing service that we provide for you guys. We make sure that's okay. And if they haven't cleared up that title, we can get you out of that deal.